Imagine a luxury sedan with 700 miles of electric range, a cabin that feels like a Mercedes S-Class, tech powered by Huawei, yes, the same Huawei that makes your phone, and a price tag so low it makes a Toyota Corolla look like a ripoff. Sounds impossible, right? Well, that's exactly what the Huawei Maextro S800 is bringing to the table. It's sleek, it's futuristic, and it's already turning heads in China. But the real shock doesn't come from the range or even the insane price. The real shock comes when you see what's inside this car. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll either be drooling over Chinese engineering or questioning everything you thought you knew about luxury cars. And hey, before we jump in, hit that subscribe button right now. Wheel Factor is your backstage pass to the craziest, boldest cars on the planet that the West doesn't want you to know about. Alright, first look. The Maextro S800 walks into a room like it belongs there. Long, low, and impossibly composed. Think of it as the love child of a classic Rolls-Royce silhouette and modern Chinese minimalism. Long hood, a formal upright stance, then a sweeping rear that says luxury without shouting it. The lines are clean, but theatrical. A long chrome band that runs the length of the body, flush door handles that pop out like polite butlers, and a two-tone roof option that instantly telegraphs executive transport. You get the impression the car is built to be chauffeured, or to chauffeur your ego. Look at the front fascia. Huawei's team went for a light signature that's about presence, not flash. There are horizontal LED bars paired with vertical elements. It's a galaxy motif front and center. And you can feel the attempt to blend modern EV crispness with old-world luxury grille drama. The wheel choice is deliberate. Big, multi-spoke rims with a near-retro motif that scream Maybach wheel vibes, but with a slightly futuristic twist in the center cap. Close your eyes, you're picturing a Bentley or Rolls-Royce. Open them, that badge reads Maextro, the new Chinese entrant trying to rewrite the rulebook. Proportions matter, and the S800 plays them like a pro. At roughly 5.48 meters long with a wheelbase that's practically limousine territory, the car's stance is stately. Long overhangs front and rear, razor-thin window line, and a greenhouse that suggests rear seat serenity. The silhouette is aspirational, and that's not accidental. Huawei and its partners built this to go after buyers who currently consider Maybachs and long-wheelbase S-classes. Details that make you nod. Chrome trim that's not gaudy, but thick enough to feel important. Hidden rain gutters and power-closing doors for that tactile luxury click. And body colors that skew deep and regal. Purples, deep blues, and two-tone palettes that photograph like magazine covers. The paint finishes look densely layered, the kind you stare at in showrooms and then try to convince yourself it's all optics. It's aspirational, sure, but it also looks like the team studied the entire ultra-luxury playbook and made a version that's slightly more modern and slightly less intimidating to own. Now the small stuff that adds up. Cameras in the mirrors. LiDAR and sensors subtly integrated into the roofline and front grille, because Huawei wants this to be not just luxury, but smart. And a rear that finishes with elegant taillights, thin, horizontal, and connected, which visually widens the car at night. This is a big sedan that behaves like it knows its place in the hierarchy, exceeds the expectations of a Chinese market, used to striking design, while also flirting with Western classical coups, so buyers outside China will say, yeah, that checks the boxes. Ready for the part that makes you actually raise your eyebrows? The interior, and I mean every surface in the interior, is trying to outperform luxury expectations. First, dashboard. Picture a single, continuous, curved glass display that sweeps from the driver's side to the passenger side, a deep, immersive band of OLEDs and touch surfaces that looks like it was lifted from a spaceship, then upholstered in quilted leather. That screen band doesn't just display infotainment, it's integrated into the cabin's design, acting like a visual horizon. The steering wheel is elegant, trimmed in soft leather, with a compact digital binnacle and minimal physical switches, because Apple and YouTube age buyers want a clean cockpit, but with tactile things where it matters. Seats? These are not car seats, they're throne modules. Front and rear seats have multi-axis adjustment, heating, ventilation, and full-length massaging programs. The rear left and right seats can recline into near lounge positions with a zero-gravity recline angle advertised by the brand. Yes, that means you could practically take a nap and forget you're in a car. On the doors, you'll find physical power seat controls, and here's the theatrical touch, a removable touchscreen remote that lets you control seat functions, climate, and even ambient windows. If you want to dim the side windows for privacy, there's a control for that. If you want the passenger seat folded forward so the rear passenger can stretch out, it'll do that. All of this reads like a private jet checklist. Sound and atmosphere. Huawei's own Huawei sound system reportedly pumps out over 2,900 watts through a 43-speaker setup. Yes, 43, including speakers embedded in headrests and ceiling units. The system claims the ability to isolate audio zones so rear passengers can watch something without it clobbering the driver's audio feed. There's also a starlight ceiling, a fiber optic constellation effect, and mood lighting that can change color temperature with the environment. You'll get a sense of being in a private screening room that moves. Center console and rear amenities. The center console is dominated by a sculpted control area with twin cup holders, luxury but practical, a rotary control that feels premium when you touch it, wireless charging pads, and hidden cubbies. Rear passengers get their own climate and infotainment screens. The S800 even offers a projector for the rear seats with a pull-down screen. Yes, you can turn the back into a private theater. Materials across the cabin, leather, wood grain trim, and crystal-like accents are all meant to feel bespoke. The colorways lean classic, two-tone purple and white, rich brown and white combos that scream boutique customization. Practical luxury touches, soft closed doors, ambient scent diffusers, dedicated rear sunshades, and temperature-controlled cup holders. Little things, chrome edge speaker grills with engraved patterns, quilting that lines up like a couture jacket, and headrests that are sculpted for movie-watching comfort. The overall effect? It's too much value for what the base price suggests. You feel like you're getting a limo interior at a price that on paper belongs to a high-end but not ultra-luxury car. If you're the kind of buyer that judges a car by how it treats rear passengers, massage, sound, lighting, privacy, this car went to school on that brief and aced the exam. If you're enjoying this walk around, smash that like, it helps the channel a ton, and don't forget to subscribe. In real terms, the S800 is big, around 5.48 meters long with a 3.37 meter wheelbase. That translates into legroom that's limo-like, but configured for 5 passengers, not 7, a roomy executive 5-seat layout. Trunk space is respectable for the class, mid 400 liters range depending on configuration, and rear seats fold if you need to carry larger cargo. Compared to popular family sedans in the US, Europe, think long wheelbase S-Class or 7 Series. The Maextro is in that upper echelon of space, but it's clearly built for comfort and ceremony over maximum cargo practicality. In cars like this, the headline-grabbing features get the spotlight. The massive screens, the insane range, the starry roof. But the Maextro S800 earns its stripes in the details, the tiny luxuries that quietly remind you you're in something special. Take the soft closed doors. They don't just whisper shut, they breathe shut, sealing you inside like a private cocoon. Above you, acoustic glass with active noise canceling cancels out city chaos so well, it feels like someone muted the world outside. The climate control vents are hidden until you need them, then they slide open with a theatrical motion. And the ambient scent diffuser doesn't just spray fragrance, it syncs to the drive mode. Comfort mode, a calming lavender haze. Sport mode, sharp citrus that hits like espresso. Look down and notice the crystal-inspired volume knob, heavy, cold to the touch, and illuminated from within like jewelry. Your drink sits in temperature-controlled cup holders that can chill champagne or keep coffee piping hot. In the rear, power sunshades glide up with a whisper, pillowed headrests tilt perfectly for movie-watching comfort, and even the seatbelt buckles glow softly at night so you never fumble. Hidden LED strips trace the doors and dashboard with colors that adapt to your mood or to your playlist. And here's a flex most people won't notice until they feel it. Air vents built into the seatbacks that gently cool or warm rear passengers from behind. Add in engraved metal speaker grills lining up perfectly with the stitching, and you realize this isn't excess, it's obsession. Individually, these details sound indulgent. Together, they feel like the S800 is whispering, "Relax, I've already thought of everything." But here's the kicker. All this luxury is just the appetizer. Because what's under the skin? That's where the S800 really flips the table on Mercedes and Maybach.
The S800 comes in two flavors, a pure BEV triple-motor rocket or an EREV hybrid setup with a 1.5-liter turbo generator that never drives the wheels, it only charges the battery. The numbers? Next level. The BEV packs up to 97 kilowatt-hours, giving you over 400 miles of range and 0 to 60 in just over 4 seconds. But the EREV? That's a road trip king, more than 745 miles of combined range. And thanks to its 800-volt CATL battery tech, you can blast from 10 to 80% in around 10 minutes on a high-power charger. That's quicker than grabbing a coffee at a rest stop. Okay, here's where it gets emotional. Deep breath. After all that tech, the Maextro S800 launches with a starting price around $98,000 USD in the early pricing announcements. Think about that, a car with limousine-caliber wheelbase, massaging rear thrones, a 43-speaker, 2,900-watt sound system, and 800-volt ultra-fast charging tech, starting under $100K in China. That's a bargain relative to the old guard of luxury. A proper Maybach, a Rolls, even a top-trim S-Class will typically sit well higher. And the S800's headline number alone is the reason every luxury buyer in the world should be paying attention. Why should you care beyond the headline? Because this isn't just a new model, it's proof that a tech giant plus traditional OEM alliance can close the gaps that used to protect incumbents. Infotainment depth, battery performance, charging time, and user experience. If Huawei systems deliver on the promises, rapid charging, 600-plus kilometer real range in some conditions, and genuine rear seat luxury, this car isn't merely competitive, it's disruptive. It compresses decades of luxury expectations into a single product that undercuts price and potentially service models. For the US buyer watching this, it's a reminder, the EV playing field is shifting fast, and China is bringing premium products that make people in the West, myself included, a little jealous. Okay, reality check. Big questions remain. Safety certification for Western markets, long-term reliability, service networks, and data and privacy considerations for a Huawei-powered platform. Can a brand new alliance compete on after-sales confidence and global warranty coverage? Would you trust a near-luxury Mirage if the service network isn't there? Drop your hot take in the comments. So here's the big question. Is the Maextro S800 the ultimate family spaceship or just another overhyped EV experiment? Drop your verdict in the comments. I'm dying to see if you'd actually park one in your driveway. If that interior gave you chills, smash the like button, and if you want more jaw-dropping deep dives into China's boldest luxury EVs, hit subscribe right now. And don't go anywhere. Next time we're asking the unthinkable. Can Maextro really dethrone Maybach? Trust me, you don't want to miss that one.